Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Quest for Glory 2, Trial by Fire, and Air and Earth and Water. Alright, let's be glorious! Alright, we are going to go visit another major character that we have not visited yet. Special today only. Guide to... Oh, we've seen this one. I'm not going to buy your sightseeing guide to Rasir. I don't need that. Alright, first of all, we are going to go to the north part of the Fountain Plaza. Sorry, Kata, I missed what you were saying, because I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. Which way do I want to go? I want to go this way. I can go either way, but this way is probably a little bit easier. And here we go. Well, that looks like a very conspicuous door. There is a magical aura around the door. Well, let's go ahead and knock on the door. Woman's voice. Who is it that seeks to enter? Why, Ald, of course. Who is it that sent you here? We'll go with keep on. What is the element most appropriate to the owner of the magic shop? Well, that would be air. He is definitely an airhead. My first is the first, my second the last. Next comes myself, then back to the end, and beginning again. Who am I? Well, first is the first, so that would be A, first letter of the alphabet. Second is the last, that would be Z. Next come myself, I. And back to the end, Z. That would... You didn't see that! You didn't see it. And beginning again, Aziza, which is exactly who we want to visit. Who am I? Aziza! You may enter freely into my home, Ald. Sweet. We got points. Come in, sit down, and be welcome. Well, first of all, you want to greet her every time you come here. I am probably going to forget that at some point. Welcome. It is good to have a visitor who understands the proper way to enter a conversation. That has to be the biggest bunch of carp you've ever seen. The tapestry is very old and very green. The pattern appears to be abstract, but it resembles the waves in the ocean. Lily pads float in Aziza's indoor pond. Every good enchantress has a tea table to encourage polite conversation. Aziza's beauty in no way masks her intensity, purposefulness, and the aura of power around her. It is good when in her presence to be on your best behavior. The door at the far end of the room looks like it would lead to an inner chamber. There are all sorts of odds and ends on the shelves. For instance, you see an autographed picture of Captain Nemo. I would break in, if I could sing better, I'd break into a certain Sarah Brightman song, but I cannot. There are all sorts of odds and ends on the shelf. For instance, you see a leftover submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwich. Leftover hero sandwich? She eats heroes! You see some water-based paints. You see a jar of freeze-dried tea. Just add water. My gosh. You see a plate of watery tarts. Certainly no basis for a form of government. You see some moisturizing cream. Anyone else getting a vibe over what her element might be? You see some unused bath towels. You see 2 statues of immoral porpoises. You see the sheet music for Handel's Water Music. You see Waterford Crystal. And we're back to the autograph. I think that's amazing. Somebody actually built a computer in a bottle. How do they do that? You see a can of wetting solution. You see a bottle of butter-flavored syrup. You see a squirt bottle. You see a purposeless porpoise. Through the mildew, you are able to recognize some of the book titles. For instance, Aiza owns Clam of the Baskervilles. Aiza owns Volume 1 of the Tide Life Self-Kelp series 20,000 Leaks Under the Sink. Aiza owns Volume 2 of the Tide Life Self-Kelp series Muscle Building with Barnacle Jones. Aiza owns Volume 3 of the Tide Life Self-Kelp series Learn to Program in C++. Aiza owns Volume 4 of the Tide Life Self-Kelp series Learn to Play Go Fish Like a Card Shark. Aiza owns Volume 5 of the Tide Life Self-Kelp series How to Teach Generosity to Shellfish People. Aiza owns Nuclear Fission. Aiza owns Fear of Swimming. Aiza owns Lure of the Flies. Aiza owns The Tides of Marsh. Aiza owns The Poseidon Adventure. And we're back to the original. Okay, let's go and automatically sit down. Shall we share tea? Yes, please. Oh, yes? The tea is cool and refreshing. You find yourself relaxing as you drink and listen to the sound of flowing water. Now that we have shared tea, what is it for which you have come? Let's go ahead and ask about... where is my list of things that I can ask about? We'll start with Keepon. Keepon's magical abilities are great, but his style is much too childish. Still, if you must purchase this sort of toy magic, his shop is the place to visit. What can you tell me about Wit? If you seek the Wizard's Institute of Technocery, you will need to use the very thing for which you seek it. And what about Rakesh? He is a most worthy and honorable paladin. What can you tell me about Water? Water is the element of healing and life. I use it in all my magical workings. Yeah, I'm not surprised. What can you tell me about Fire? If you please, I would rather talk about something else. Okay, can you tell me about Elementals? Perhaps it would be well to show you as well as to tell you about such things. Ooh. There are 4 basic elements which make up the universe. Water, earth, air, and fire. Hey! Hey! You forgot pizza! How could you forget pizza? An elemental is formed when magic shapes an element into a semblance of a living creature. Elementals are very powerful and destructive. They can be weakened by the contrary element, but they cannot be destroyed. Once weakened, the elemental can be captured. Once captured, the magical nature of the element can be used for helpful rather than harmful purposes. What about porpoises? Well, that was quite interesting. Oh, fire elemental is what I should have asked about. Ah, that's just going to take us into... Oh no, the essence of fire is hunger. As long as there is something nearby to burn, it will be able to move freely. It can consume the very bricks which make up the floor of the plazas. Oh, that's pretty bad. Until it is contained, it cannot be controlled. The weakness of fire is water, but the elemental of fire is something or other. Unless you find some way to drive or lure the elemental away from the open plazas where there is much it can burn, to a confined area, you will not be able to use water against it to capture it. Once it is captured and contained, it behaves as a magical flame. Let's ask about air elemental. The essence of air is freedom of movement. As long as there is a place for air to go, it will continue... Ah, hey! You should ask someone better versed than I in the nature of air how to go about this. What about earth elemental? The essence of earth is strength. It must be worn away before it can be captured, and it is only vulnerable to flame. It might be best contained in the type of cloth sack used to haul sand in the city. And what about water elemental? The essence of water is attraction. Oh, like I'm sorry, never mind. The elemental will draw all water into itself. It can draw water from the very body of a human that approaches it. In the fountain, the water elemental will draw upon the boundless magical stream which is the lifeblood of the city. People will be dying of thirst as it grows in power enough to engulf the entire city in a flood. As long as the water elemental is in the fountain, the elemental cannot be contained. Once away from the fountain, it will be drawn to the nearest source of water. You might then contain it. Well, that's good to know. All right. I think I heard something about a tree. Can you tell me more about that? That is indeed a sad tale. Let me show you of that which we speak. Sorry about that. I will tell you of a time long ago when women wore veils and were but wives and chattel to men. There was a woman, a beautiful woman, a loving woman, who wished with her very soul to become a healer, and thus aid others. Just the facts, ma'am. Her father tried to dissuade her, saying that this was no task for a woman of her gentleness and sensitivity. She would go about her duties quietly, but each evening she would tell him again that she wished to become a healer. At last her father gave in, and she was trained in the art of healing despite the jeers and condescension of the male students and teachers. She became a healer and removed her veil forever. Right. Why am I answering this? She soon discovered that life was not easy for a woman healer. Many men distrusted her skills and refused to call upon her. Some men called upon her only to try to take advantage of her beauty. One day a man came to her and told her the tale of his brother dying in the desert. She did not quite trust his manner of looking at her, but she could not refuse aid to one who might need it. She followed him out of the city and into the desert. She was led to an encampment of ragged tents. She soon learned to her sorrow that the tale of the brother was but a lie. These were brigands, and what they did to her I shall not say. She tried to escape them the next day and ran to the mountains to hide. They were swift to follow. They had nearly recaptured her when she called aloud for help. A genie heard her cry and transformed her into a tree. You could be the one to give her back her soul and free her heart from the wood. You will try this, hero, will you not? Right. That's not much of a response there, Auld. There are 3 things which you must give her to save her soul: a gift of kindness, a gift of magic, and a gift of love. The gift of kindness is simple. It is only what you would give to someone who has been in the desert far too long. You must then tell her about yourself, remind her what it is to be human. Your words are as important as the gift, for they give meaning to the act. You're getting tired. Aw, come on, game! The gift of magic is the gift of sacrifice. The gift must be something you gained through hardship and from aiding others. It must also be something from which a plant can gain strength. I know you can achieve the gift of kindness, but you do not yet have the suitable gift of sacrifice. Perhaps you will be able to do this another time. Well, maybe we can. What can you tell me about Genie? Because I dream of Genie. The Jinn are very powerful magical beings who roam this land. There are 5 types of Jinn: Jan, Jinn, Shaitan, Ifrit, and Marid. What about Deo? Jan? Okay. I'm not sure if we've heard about this, but let's ask about Iblis. Iblis once sought to rule the world and created a great city in the middle of the desert. But Suleiman ben Daoud summoned all the jinn to rise against Iblis. Iblis was bound in a statue, and his mighty city was destroyed to become his tomb. Oh my, that does not sound good. What can you tell me about Suleiman? Suleiman ben Daoud was the mightiest and wisest of the magician kings of ancient times. What can you tell me about the fish behind you? The creatures of water are my friends, but whatever you do, don't mention the subject to the owner of the magic shop. I am tempted to do that now. Container. An elemental trying to escape will be drawn to a container of an appropriate nature. If there is no container, then it will either flee or dissipate and reappear elsewhere. A container can be created by choosing an appropriate receptacle for the element, such as a water skin for water. Once the elemental has entered the container, its magical essence will be retained. One who thus captures an elemental will have power over it to use as he pleases. Alright, I think we are done now. Can we say farewell? It has been a pleasure conversing with you. Perhaps we shall share tea again sometime. Why, thank you. Alright, let me take a quick look to see... Oh, that's right. When I hit escape, I cannot use my mouse to get in here. Character sheet. My honor has increased indeed. Excellent. That is good. I have gained more points. My vitality and intelligence have gone up. My communication have gone up. And not much else has gone up. I need to do some fighting. Let's... time and day. It is the middle of the night on day 2. Wow, we really talked the night away. Alright, let's run back to the Kata's Tail Inn. Do you ever sleep, Shamin? Seriously. You will sleep until dawn. You will awaken much refreshed. Fantastic. Can I sit? Breakfast. May you have a good day today. Let's eat the meal. Your breakfast is delicious. Alright, let's pause it for a real quick second. See what we want to do on day 3. Let's see. At Aziza's, you could have asked Rakesh, or you could have answered the question of who sent you Rakesh, and you would have asked about how his leg was injured, which is Demon. If you said Erasmus, the question would be, who is the companion of Erasmus, and the answer would be Fenris. So, that's that. Alright, we do need to catch Omar's poetry tonight at the inn. But other than that, we do not have much to do. So this might be a good time to go out into the desert. The poet Omar will thrill all who hear with his words of song, and after the setting of the sun in our own inn. I'll be sure to be here. Since you be my best customer, I make you a deal. I sell you a duck. What? Why a duck? I tell you why a duck. Say you on top of a mountain. You on top of this mountain, and you want to get down. Well, you no get down off a mountain. You get down off a duck. There you have it. And this is a very special duck. It will save your life. Say you get lost in the desert. You get lost, and you cannot no find your way home. You're hungry, and you're thirsty, and you don't know what to do. Then you take out your duck, and it will save you. You make a duck soup. Oh, no. Goodbye, Ali Chica. Goodbye. If you are exploring the desert, you should visit the Dervish at the oasis. He's a very wise man. Alrighty. Open gate. Alright, Saurus riding time. It's great that we'll have that our Saurus will be helping us fight, too. That shall be awesome. Alright, first of all, what we want to do is go this way. Oh. It looks vaguely familiar. Maybe you've seen him in a camel lot. Oh, it was just a mirage, too. Yes! Reference to Conquest of Camelot, which I've never actually played. I should play that sometime. Well, what do we have here? The griffin looks like a cross between a lion and an eagle. It seems to be sleeping. Dismount! Let's see. Move rock. The rock was heavy, but you managed to move it off the feather. There's a feather lying near the rock. Get feather. Sorry. You pick up a large feather and put it away. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. Let's continue to be glorious. Let's go into our inventory and take a look at the feather if I can. There it is. The griffin's feather is gray striped with silver at the tip. There is a brown fur attached to the quill. All right, so the griffin, you could kill the griffin to get the feather. But if you kill the griffin, you cannot become a paladin. They kind of goofed up a bit. You need a certain number of paladin points. It's a hidden score. And there's a total of 34 you can get. You need 25 to become a paladin. And they kind of goofed up in that killing the griffin removes 10 paladin points. So if you kill the griffin, you cannot become the paladin. They actually kind of meant for you to be able to kill the griffin and be able to do everything else and still become a paladin, but they goofed up. So, yeah, don't kill the griffin if you plan to become a paladin. If you don't plan to become a paladin, then it doesn't really matter. Probably want to go find the Dervish. Where is my map of the desert? Okay, there it is. Let's be glorious. Mount. How much water do I actually have? I probably should have checked this before I came in here. 4 almost empty water skins. I'm stupid. Well, at least we're going to an oasis, so... And that should be down this way. Kind of wish it was music. And I really should have saved it first, because, go home. Your Saurus's natural homing instinct quickly sets you on the right path. I think I have looked the wrong way. Alright, so that's what you can do. That's the advantage of riding the Saurus out in the desert. I need more water. It is good that you have returned safely from the desert. Dismount. I will be honored to put away your Saurus back into the stable for you, Effendi. I have here what you need, because you're so smart. Bookends. I got a donkey head on one side and an ass on the other. Makes a great gift. No. Let's go to the Fountain Plaza. Set time for the poor, Effendi. Set time for the poor. Give cent time. Thank you, Effendi. You shame me with your kindness. Can we ask about... beggar? My name, Effendi, is Shihad, which means beggar. That's an odd name for, Did your parents just, like, expect you to become a beggar? Oh, yeah, our little son here, we're just pretty sure he's gonna be a beggar someday. He's just, not very good. I'm looking to see if I have a list of things that I can ask him. I do not see a list of things to ask him. He might not have much, specific to that we could actually ask him about. Yeah, I do not see him on my list of things to ask him about. Oh well. Fill water skins. You fill your water skins with cool, clear water from the fountain. We'll go back to the Saurus lot. If you were exploring the desert, yes, I was trying to get to the, open gate. You know what? Let me actually look at another map. Because I definitely went to where I was supposed to go for the, to find the, oh, no, I did go to the wrong one. Okay, yeah. Alright, I know what I did wrong. I went to the wrong one. Alrighty. Persian golfer. Snarl! Ah! That is quite the sand trap that he has been caught in. There we go. I think that's our first silly clown. Sorry. What time is it? Day is dawning. Oh, good. Day is still dawning. Alright, let's see. Camel dung! Ah, such a good insult. Alright, I believe we want to go down here until... Yes, there we go. 1, 2, and now if we go over that stupid rock, get out of my way. Excellent. Freedom is like a temper. What? Dismount. Why are you going all the way over there to dismount? Euro business is like eating peanuts. Let's greet. Alright. Greet Dervish. Okay, what? This guy looks like he's been in the desert too long. It's very wet! In Spielberg, these things weren't so friendly. They're very green. They're very sturdy. The sand below, the sky above. The sky above, the sand below. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and ask him about stuff. Where is my list of things that I can ask him? There we go. Let's ask him about Dervish. Sorry. Wise men learn much by saying little. Can we ask you about Hero? You did mention Hero. Once you start, it's very hard to stop. Indeed, indeed. What can you tell me about the monsters of the desert? Monster is as monster does. What about Brigand? Man who steals purse gets trashed. Really? What about the Scorpions? Man who jokes with Scorpion gets it in the end. Yeah, it. What about the Pterosauruses? Pterosaurus is like man in desert, very fond of lesser sauruses. Yeah, don't say. What about ghouls? Ghouls give fighter the cold shoulder. Well, that's not nice. They should be politer. What about jackalmen? If you want right to ask right person. He does not say anything about that, apparently. Alright, what about this oasis here? Oasis is like wise saying because both seem shallow but are very deep. Yeah. Saurus? Your Saurus is like reflection and pool, both but not seem to be real. Interesting. What can you tell me about Jinn? Jinn are like weather, always changeable, never predictable. Let's ask about what? That's the heart of the puzzle. Ah, okay. This is something else. All right, let's ask about puzzle. When he who seeks what is where finds out why. All right, let's go back to what. That is the heart of the puzzle. Eric may help you free the frozen heart from the body of the beast. What about when? If not soon, then never. What about where? The where is 5 scareen lengths to the west of Shapir, but 2 scareen lengths north of here. Oh, a scareen length, huh? Good unit of measure. How? Hows are for heroes. When you find the what, perhaps you will know the how. Why? When you discover the why, then you will know more about the puzzle than about the puzzle around the puzzle. Yeah, this is actually where I thought I was. I thought I was going to the oasis when I was actually going to where the puzzle is. Beast. It is said that man is like a caged beast, and a beast is like a rumor. It is best to dispel it early. Herrick knows the way, and I know the where. What can you tell me about the caravan? Many Sauruses who do not wish to go ridden by men who do not wish to stay. What? Alright, what about the tree? It does not give much shade, but I do get a date once in a while. Oh! That tree likes your wood? Sorry. That was horrible. Difference between beard and worlds is one whirls around tree and the other twirls around me. You take a small piece of the dervish's beard and put it carefully away. Alright, so there is a puzzle that we need to do. I'm going to need to figure out exactly what I need to do for that. Let's see. Mostly full water skins. I do need to fill some of those up. Just because. Where is the... Ah. Whirl of Beard. In your pack is a World of the Desert Dervish's Beard. Okay. Well, I think we will go ahead and end the episode here, and in the next one we will explore the desert a little bit more. I was actually kind of expecting to have a little bit of a fight, but we have not yet had that. So in the next episode we will continue to be glorious. Let me go ahead and save the game first. There we go. Where's pause? There it is. See you next time.